This tutorial will show you some helpful tips based on the hour-long Website 101 webinar. Feel free to watch the full webinar recording on our support site at support.oneach.com. For any questions, you can submit a support ticket or a support conversation, I should say, at our support site, or if you're in Basecamp working on a new website, please post a new Basecamp message for your project management team. And don't forget to watch any other helpful tutorials out on our support site at support.oneach.com. As mentioned, this tutorial will go ahead and help you with some wonderful tips for basic site management based on that Website 101 webinar. This is tip number 4, menu management. We get asked a lot, what's easier? Should I create a page and then add it to the menu, or should I create the menu link first and then create the page? It is really up to you how you would like to do it. Truthfully, in my opinion, I think it's easier to create the page, and as you're creating the page, actually add it to the menu. Now, when you create a page, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to put content on the page. You can create these pages as a placeholder for your information. Sometimes you are working in a team and you're not the one coming up for content. For that page, you have to wait for it. That doesn't mean you can't create the page itself. It just means you might have to wait to put some content on there, and that's okay. So today, I'm going to show you how to create a page using just a basic page. And then within the editing view of that basic page, I'm also going to show you how to add it to the main menu right away. So that way, as you're creating that page, you can also set it in the menu. And then last but not least, I'm going to show you how to use the shortcut to be able to access the main menu for easy rearrangement or reorganization of your menu items. Okay, so to get started, of course, we will want to go ahead and go to Content, Add Content, and Basic Page. Now, these instructions are going to be pretty much the same for any content type, but there are definitely going to be content types that you do not want to be adding to your main menu, as they really don't serve a purpose. So again, we just went to Content, Add Content, and Basic Page. I'm going to go ahead and add in a title. Let's go ahead and say this is the newest page. Now, that is a terrible title for a page, and I am aware, I should say. Down here in the body, again, as I mentioned, you don't actually have to put content on a page to create a page. So if you don't have content to go here quite yet, that's okay. You can either do it the old add content here. You might say page under construction. It's really up to you. If you are in temp domain and you're building your website, it's really not a big deal to have pages that still need content, as nobody can see your temp domain. After your site is live, you might choose to put under construction or something like that if you're going to put a page out there very soon or very quickly. Or you might choose to leave this page unpublished until you're finished with it. But either way, you always have the ability to come back and add content to the body. So no worries on that front today. Underneath the body area, you will have a little option for menu settings. Now, you should see this option for pretty much almost every content type that you have on your site. Now, what we're going to do is today we are going to use this menu settings option. If I provide a menu link, I check that little box, you'll see that the menu link title is pulling the long, this is the newest page, from this title up here. Now, on mobile, I really don't like reading super long menu titles. I think it's kind of a waste of space. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm actually just going to shorten this title. So I'm going to say, how about we just say new page? So my menu link title is going to be new page, and my title of the page is still going to stay, this is the newest page. Again, horrible title, I am aware. And then underneath the link title, you'll see an option for parent item. This is where in the main menu you would like it to sit. If you want it to sit directly out on the main menu itself, kind of like a contact us or maybe an about us or, other, similar menu item, you can always put that out on the main menu itself, or you can decide that maybe it should be underneath another one of these pages. So if I want this to appear under About Us, then I can make sure that the parent item is About Us. That means that this new page will drop down under About Us. Now I can always come back and make edits to this page, and it's not a problem. I am going to skip the wait field here. It's not useful for my needs. I have the ability to drag and drop these links in the order that I want them to appear in the main menu, and that is so much easier than remembering the wait number for every single one of these links. So again, I encourage you to forget about the wait field. In this title field, you have the ability to put whatever title you want. We call this title an advisory title. Anything that you put in this area, I'll just say, click here to see the newest page. You can put whatever you want here. These words will, when you hover over the link, they will display in a little banner. Now that little banner is something that can be read by a screen reading program. So if somebody's visually impaired, or they're just using a program to read your website to them, when they hover over the menu link title of new page, it's going to pop up a little banner and it's going to read, click here to see the newest page. So they would know what they're about to click on. Now you can use these little advisory titles on your main menu items. You also have the ability to use them on links and images. So that, again, that way you are more ADA accessible or 508 compliant with accessibility to make sure that everybody can read those links. Now, additionally, any of the words in this title are also able to be pulled in a keyword search. So it increases the search engine optimization of this page and that link. So there's kind of a twofold reason to use these titles, but again, it's not required. I am going to skip ID, name, relationship, class, style, target, and access key. I don't have to worry about any of those items. All I need to do is put in a link title, add this item to the menu somewhere underneath another parent item or into the main menu itself. And then also add in a little advisory title. Now I'm going to go ahead and save this page. And as soon as I save the page, I'm looking for a few things. I'm looking for, under About Us, I should see new page. And then when I hover over new page, I should see a little banner that pops open and says, click here to see the newest page. That's exactly what I want. Now, maybe I don't like new page being at the very bottom. Maybe I want it to be at the top, or I want it to be drop down, or maybe I think that it should even be under a different item altogether. I can always go back into the editing view and I can move this item anywhere in the main menu that I want to. But I promised you a second way to get back out into your main menu to drag and drop the links wherever you want them to appear. When you are logged in, if you scroll over the right side of your main menu, you should see a little editing gear that pops up. If you click on that editing gear, you can choose List Links, which is the first drop-down item. From here, this is where you're going to go to your main menu. You will see a list of all of the links in your main menu. Now, we just added new page right here. So if I want new page to be under a different item, or even, under a different item in the same drop down, all I have to do is click on that four-pointed arrow that's to the left of the title of new page and drag it anywhere I want to. So you'll see that it's easy to drag up and down. Now, if I want it to be a drop down of financial accountability, I just drag it to the right under financial accountability. You'll see that it indents it underneath this item, so that way it is easy to just kind of drag and drop in any order. I can easily drag it, to the left, up, out as its own menu item. So you can definitely move these anywhere you want them to be seen. So if I think that it should sit under the cleanup page that sits under our work, I can easily do that. Now you can also disable or enable any of these links here in the main menu. You can also edit any of the links. So if I needed to change a title or a link or anything else, I can do that here. You can also delete menu links. If you delete a menu link, it does not delete the page associated with it, just the link off of the menu. Now, if I want new page to be under cleanup page is underneath our work, then I have to make sure that I'm saving my configuration. Now, the site will put a little asterisk or a little star next to any of the items that you have moved. So that way it lets you know if you don't change or if you don't save before you go, those changes are not going to be registered or noted within the system. So now, hopefully, I should be able to see under our work, cleanup page now has new page. And again, when I hover over new page, I should still see that little advisory title pop up. So feel free to, as you're going in, adding those pages, add them to the main menu. Now, one last thing, as I mentioned, if your site is live and you are worried about, pages like this one that really don't have any content on it, if you're worried about these kinds of pages, out there, what you can do is you can go into edit, still leave it here in the menu, and you can unpublish those pages. So under publishing options, unpublish the page, save. Now, when this page is unpublished, it will remove it from the menu. So you won't be able to see that drop down. Now, when I come back in and I go to edit that page, I can make any changes that I need to the page, come back down and publish this page, leaving the menu settings. I'm never changing the menu settings. I can leave them always enabled, even if the page is unpublished. But as soon as I come back and I publish that page, it's going to put it back in the menu where it was before. So you can have pages that are unpublished that are in the menu, and as soon as you publish those pages, they will take their rightful spot back in the menu where you want them to be. So keep in mind that even if the page is unpublished, still try and use that main menu option within the editing view of the page, so that way you can kind of create a little bit of a kind of a menu structure as you're going through and editing or adding pages to your site. If you have any questions about main menu management or how to edit the menu for your particular theme, please go ahead and submit a support conversation or take a look at our helpful tutorials on the support site at support.1h.com.